mornings when your smile made the sun seem smaller, and the nights when your laughter was the only thing holding me awake. Now the air feels heavier, the walls speak in your absence, and I am left tracing memories like broken lines in the dark. I wake up to the ghost of you in the empty side of the bed. I reach for warmth and only find my own trembling hands. Your jacket still hangs by the door, even though you left weeks ago. I touch it sometimes, hoping the memory carries your scent. The floor remembers your footsteps, the ceiling remembers your sighs. I remember every little thing, even the things you never noticed. I speak your name softly, as if saying it could call you back, but the room only replies with the echo of what I lost. I thought love would fight to stay, I didn't know it could leave quietly. I didn't notice the cracks until the silence became loud. I stayed too long believing in maybe, holding on to shadows of a future that existed only in my heart. You left when the light left you, and I was still holding on. I loved you completely while you were already gone. You didn't shatter me suddenly, you let me unravel slowly. You loved me in fragments while I loved you fully. You left behind whispers that haunt the quiet rooms, and every echo of you still lives inside my chest. I defended every silence, I called distance needed space. I convinced myself it would pass while the hours stole you away. I memorized the pauses in your voice, the weight of what you didn't say. I counted every hesitation as if it could prevent your leaving. I stayed awake imagining reasons why love had to end this way. I stayed because I thought love could survive in shadows. I bent myself into patience, I folded my own needs away. I love the version of you that never fully existed. You held my hand but never stayed, you smiled but never promised. I stayed because I believed you'd come back before the night ended. I confused moments of attention with devotion I deserved. I confused the warmth for commitment and silence for love. You left when the light left you, even when your hands were in mine, or loved you entirely while you were fading in time. You didn't say goodbye clearly, you didn't make a scene, you just slowly disappeared, and I was left with everything in between. You left me with shadows, and I am learning to breathe, but every trace of you lives in what I cannot reach. I stayed because I thought love required endurance. I stayed because I thought your heart could be moved by my patience. I bent myself into your comfort and broke my own soul. I gave you pieces of me that I should have kept whole. If loving you meant losing myself, why did it feel like home? Why does every echo of your voice still call me back at night? I ate to every glance, every word, every sigh. I memorized everything into the verbs that hope and must. You weren't cruel with actions, you were careful with distance. You let love fade quietly and called it circumstance. You didn't destroy my heart, you let it crumble alone. And every day I waited for a return that never came. I learned the version of us that existed only in my head. I stayed loyal to a dream while you were already free. You left when the light left you, even when your eyes were near. I loved you completely while you left in fear. You didn't fight, you didn't argue, you didn't need to try. You just slowly disappeared, leaving me to face. You left me with shadows, and I am learning to survive. But every sound of you still lives inside my mind. I don't hate you for leaving, I only hate that I stayed, believing in a love that I remember the way the world felt before you started leaving me. The air was lighter, the nights shorter, and your voice felt like home. Now the house is too quiet, even the walls seem tired of carrying echoes of you, and I am left to listen. The mornings are heavy, the sunlight presses against my skin. I reach for your warmth and find only the cold. I hear the faintest trace of your laughter in corners where it should not be. I talk aloud to empty rooms, hoping the sound travels to you somehow. I trace your footsteps with my eyes, even though you are gone. I try to memorize the shape of your leaving like it's a lesson I must survive. I remember your hands in mine, the weight of your thumb against my palm, the way you whispered my name softly, even when the world demanded noise. I thought love would fight for itself. I didn't know it could fade like this. I didn't see the little slips until they became chasms. I stayed too long believing in maybe, holding on to fragments of a future that existed only in my mind. You left me with faded echoes of everything we used to be. I held on to your shadow, even when you weren't with me. You didn't break me suddenly, you let let me dissolve slowly. You loved me in fragments while I loved you completely. You left me with echoes, and I am learning to survive. But every sound of you still lives inside my mind. I defended every sentence. I told myself it was just a phase. I called your absence resting while my heart quietly decayed. I memorized the spaces between words and the weight of what you didn't say. I counted every hesitation as if it could save you from leaving. I stayed awake imagining reasons why you needed to go. I convinced myself love could wait even while my soul was breaking. I learned to love in shadows, to measure my worth in patience. I hid my own pain so you wouldn't notice the cracks. You held my hand without intent. You smiled without promise. I stayed because I believed in us. You stayed because it was easier than leaving. I confused moments of attention with commitment I deserved. I confused the warmth of your presence with a love that could stay. You left me with fading echoes, and I kept chasing your ghost. Oh, I loved you in the quiet while you were already lost. You didn't say goodbye clearly, you just faded like smoke. I held on to every memory, even when it hurt too much. You left me with echoes, and I am learning to breathe. For every trace of you lives in what I can't retrieve. I stayed because I thought love required sacrifice. I stayed because I thought you'd fight for me in the dark. Now I bent myself into your comfort and broke my own spine. I gave you pieces of myself that I should have protected. If loving you meant losing me, then why did it feel like home? Why does every echo still call me back to you? Every carried, every look, every laugh, every sigh. I memorized everything, even the things that kill me slowly. You weren't cruel with words, you were careful with distance. You let love fade quietly and called it circumstance. You didn't shatter my heart, you let it crumble in silence. And every day I waited for a return that never came. I love the version of us that only existed inside me, and I stayed loyal to potential while you were already free. You left me with fading echoes, even when you were near. I loved you completely while you left in fear. You didn't fight or argue, you didn't need to try. You simply let me stay in a love that was already dying. You left me with echoes, and I am learning to survive. But every sound of you still lives inside my mind. I don't hate you for leaving, I only hate that I stayed, believing in a love. I saw you fade before you even spoke your goodbye. The world stayed the same, but everything inside me shifted. The mornings feel heavier, the nights stretch longer, and I am left tracing the pieces of a love that left quietly. I wake to the echo of your absence, the empty side of the bed, your pillow still pressed down where you used to lay your head. I hear the faint trace of your laughter in rooms where it doesn't belong. I talk to myself in the dark, hoping the sound reaches you somehow. Your jacket still hangs by the door like a ghost waiting to leave. I touch it gently to remember what I can't have. I walk through spaces we shared, every corner holds a memory. I try to catch the weight of your leaving, but it slips through like water. And I believe love would fight for itself, but yours whispered and vanished. I ignored the little cracks until they became unbridgeable chasms. I stayed too long, believing in maybe, clinging to shadows of a future that existed only in my heart. You left me behind, even when I held you close. I loved you completely while you were already lost. You didn't break me loudly, you let me unravel slowly. You loved in fragments while I loved wholly. You left whispers in every corner and echoes in every room, and every memory of you still lives inside my chest. I defended your silence, I called absence space to breathe. I convinced myself it would pass while the days quietly stole you away. I memorized every pause in your voice, the weight of words you never said. I counted each hesitation as if it could stop your leaving. I stayed awake imagining reasons why love had to end this way. I stayed because I thought love could survive in shadows. I folded my own needs away, I bent myself into your comfort. I love the version of you that never fully existed. You held my hand but never stayed, you smiled but never promised. I stayed because I believed you'd come back before the night ended. I confused attention for devotion, One for commitment, silence for love. You left me behind, even when your hands were mine. I loved you entirely while you were slipping in time. You didn't say goodbye clearly, you didn't make a scene. You just slowly disappeared, and I was left with in-betweens. You left shadows, and I am learning to breathe. But every trace of you lives in what I cannot reach. I stayed because I thought love required endurance. I stayed because I thought you'd fight for me in the dark. I bent myself into your comfort and broke my own soul. I gave you pieces of me that I should have kept all. If loving you meant losing myself, why did it feel like home? Why do I still hear your voice calling me back at night? I held every glance, every laugh, every sigh. I memorized everything, even the things that hurt the most. You weren't cruel with actions, you were careful with distance. You let love fade quietly and called it circumstance. You didn't destroy my heart, you let it crumble in silence. And every day I waited for a return that never came. I love the version of us that existed only in my head. I stayed loyal to a dream while you were already free. You left me to believing I only hate that I stayed, believing in a love that was already halfway gone. I carried every memory, every word unspoken, every pause, every silence, as if it would prove for something real. I forgive myself for loving fully when you could not. I forgive myself for hoping when all I could do was wait. I learned that love doesn't always fight. Sometimes it disappears quiet ill. Sometimes it leaves behind echoes that haunt for a lifetime. And I stayed. I remember the first time I saw you, like the sun had decided to stay still. Everything was bright, soft, alive, and I thought I could hold forever in my hands. Now the light is gone, the rooms are quiet, and I am left tracing the steps of a love that couldn't stay. I wake up reaching for your warmth, but the bed answers only with cold. The sheets still smell like you, and I am haunted by the memory of your touch. Your favorite cup still waits by the sink, half full of coffee you never drank. I touch it and pretend you are near, but the silence reminds me that you are not. The walls remember our laughter, the floors remember our fights, and I remember every word, even the ones that left me bleeding inside. I talk to myself in the dark, like you are still here to answer. I pause mid-sentence, hoping the shadow of your voice will reply. I thought love screamed when it broke, I didn't know it could whisper itself away. I didn't notice the cracks until the silence became louder than you. I stayed believing in maybe, clinging to shadows of a future that existed only in my imagination. You left me lost with you, even when I held your hand. I loved you entirely while you were already gone. You didn't shatter me loudly, you let me unravel slowly. You just slowly disappeared, and I was left with in-betweens. You left whispers in every corner and echoes in every room, and every memory of you still lives inside my chest. I defended your silences, called absence space to breathe. I convinced myself it would pass while the days quietly stole you from me. I memorized every pause in your voice, the weight of what you didn't say. I counted every hesitation as if it could stop your leaving. I stayed awake, imagining reasons why love had to end this way. I stayed because I believed love could survive in shadows. I bent myself into patience, folded my needs into corners. I love the version of you that never fully existed. You held my hand but never stayed. You smiled but never promised. I stayed because I believed you'd return before the night ended. I confused attention for devotion, warmth for commitment, silence for love. You left me lost with you, even when your eyes were near. I loved you completely while you were slipping away. You didn't say goodbye clearly, you didn't make a scene. You just slowly disappeared, and I was left where it didn't make sneeze. You left shadows, and I am learning to breathe. But every trace of you lives in what I cannot hear. I stayed because I thought voice calling me back at night. I replay every glance, every laugh, every sigh. I memorized everything, even the things that hurt the most. You weren't cruel with words, you were careful with distance. You let love fade quietly and called it circumstance. You didn't destroy my heart, you let it crumble in silence. And every day I waited for a return that never came. I love the version of us that existed only in. I saw you before I even knew. You were slipping through my fingers. I reached out. The space between us was already moving. The room was too small for both of us to stay. And somehow I didn't notice until it was too late. The mornings arrive differently now. Sunlight stretching across empty sheets. I wake up reaching for you, only to remember your side is bare. Your jacket still hangs by the door, like a ghost waiting to leave. I touch it sometimes to remember the weight of you. I hear the echo of your laughter. It lingers behind the walls, and I talk to myself in the dark, like you might answer my calls. I traced your footsteps on the floor, the spaces you used to fill. I memorized your scent in the air, but I couldn't memorize your will. I thought love would scream when it broke, but yours whispered and faded. I waited for signs, for answers. You waited for the right moment to disappear. I kept believing patience could save us, that endurance could fix the cracks. But love doesn't work that way when one heart is already halfway gone. You were halfway gone even when you held my hand. I loved you completely and you only loved in plans. You didn't break me loudly, you didn't yell or scream. You just slowly disappeared, like a shadow leaving the scene. You were halfway gone and I was still all in. I gave you everything I had, you gave me nothing to cling. I defended your silence, I called your distance a phase. I convinced myself it would pass, while it quietly stole my days. I counted every word you said, as if it could hold the weight of everything you didn't say, and all the times you stayed too late. I kept waiting for the calm to return, for the warmth I used to know, but you were already walking away, and I didn't see the shadow grow. I bent myself into patience, hiding what I truly need. I love the version of you that you weren't willing to keep. You stayed physically beside me, but your heart had packed its bags. I ignored the quiet hints and made excuses for your lag. I believe your hesitation was just part of love's test. I didn't notice the warning signs until I realized I was holding the rest. You were halfway gone even when your eyes met mine. I held on to our memories while you were leaving in time. You didn't need to tell me your absence said enough. I love the shadow of your love, and it wasn't strong enough. You were halfway gone and I stayed behind, clinging to a love that only lived in my mind. I stayed because I thought love required endurance. I stayed because I thought loyalty was measured in silence. I bent myself into your comfort. I gave away my own air. I sacrificed my own happiness because your leaving felt unfair. If loving you meant losing me, why did it feel so right? Why did I still hope you'd return one night? I memorized your voice in the dark, your laugh, your sigh, your breath. I memorized every part of you, even the parts that left. You weren't cruel with words, you were careful with distance. You let love fade quietly and called it existence. Tonight I release you, not because it doesn't hurt, but because I finally see the love I deserve. Can't. You didn't leave with a sound, you left with a feeling, and somehow that was louder. I still open the windows at night, like fresh air might change my mind, like breathing deeper could undo the way you slipped through time. Your toothbrush is still by the sink, like evidence I can't erase, a small forgotten piece of proof that you once stayed. I walk through rooms we filled with plans, now echoing with maybe someday. I talk like you're still listening, just in case you didn't go away. I learned the floorboards by their creaks, the ceiling by its cracks. I learned how lonely sounds travel when love doesn't answer back. I thought if I stayed quiet long enough, you'd hear how much I cared. But silence only taught me you were already elsewhere. You left behind the shape of you in every corner of my chest. I try to fill the empty space, but nothing fits the rest. You didn't take the memories, you let me keep them all. So every night I relive us just to feel you fall. I remember how you'd hesitate before saying you loved me back, like the words were heavy stones you weren't ready to unpack. I convinced myself that love was waiting patiently, that if I loved you gently enough, you'd eventually choose me. I celebrated halfway moments like they were something whole. I stitched together broken promises and called it hope. I stopped asking for reassurance because I knew the cost. It's easier to doubt yourself than face what you already lost. You held my hand but not my future. You stayed close but not inside. I was loving with intention, you were just passing by. You left behind the shape of you in my voice and my sleep. I say your name unconsciously, like it's still mine to keep. You never said you didn't love me, you didn't have to lie. The way you stopped trying was your goodbye. Your goodbye. Your goodbye. Do you ever feel the absence of someone who knew you well, who loved the parts you never showed and never tried to sell? I knew your moods before they changed, your silence before it grew. I love the version of you that you never stayed true to. I see you smiling in new places, living a lighter light. I carry the weight of everything you left behind. You look like someone who escaped, I look like someone who stayed long enough to break. I stayed because I believed love was supposed to be hard. I confused emotional distance with depth and art. I bent myself into patience, I folded my needs away. I kept waiting for a future you were never planning to stay. If loving you meant losing myself, why did it feel so right? not to promise too much, but careful love still hurts when it forgets how to touch. You didn't shatter my heart, you let it slowly decay. And somehow that hurt more than if you just walked away. You left behind the shape of you in everything I do, in the way I still love deeply, in the way I loved you. I would have chosen you completely without a stale big fight, but you chose the version of love that never asked for a love. I don't hate you, I just wish you'd been honest about how little you plan to stay. I wish you'd said, I can't love you the way you need, instead of letting me discover it wrong. I'm learning how to exist without waiting for your return. I'm learning that love shouldn't feel like a lesson learned. Love didn't leave all at once, it learned how to be quiet. And I didn't notice until the silence spoke louder than us. The mornings feel unfamiliar now, even though the sun still rises the same. I wake up reaching for something gone, still answering to your name. I talk to myself in the kitchen light, like you're standing by my side. I pause mid-sentence, realizing there's no one left to reply. Your favorite song still waits for us, halfway through the refrain. I can't bring myself to skip it or let it finish the pain. The walls remember our laughter, the floor remembers our fights, but my heart remembers everything you said you'd fix one day, one night. I thought love would scream when it was dying. I didn't know it would fade this slow. I didn't hear the moment you stopped trying. I just felt you let go. You didn't break my heart in pieces, you erased it line by line. You stopped saying my name out loud like it was wasting time. You didn't leave with anger, you didn't leave with blame. You just loved me in past tense, and I stayed the same. I defended you when it hurt me. I called distance being tired. I said this is just a hard phase, while my hope quietly expired. I learned your moods like weather patterns, storms I shouldn't outrun. I waited for the calm to come back. You waited till the damage was done. I became good at reading silence, good at guessing your thoughts. I became bad at trusting myself and the love I fought for and lost. I gave you space when you pulled away, I gave you time when you to cry. You said you loved me without hesitation, but stayed without intention. I confused comfort for commitment and patience for connection. You didn't push me away suddenly, you just stopped pulling me near. You let me drown in maybes while pretending you were here. You didn't say goodbye clearly, you just slowly withdrew. I kept loving a memory that was already through. Already through. Do you ever miss the way I knew you better than words? The way I felt your sadness before you ever got hurt. Do you remember the nights we planned a life we'd never see? You said no matter what happens, but I guess that excluded me. I see your smile in public places, like the world didn't fall apart, like you didn't leave a quiet war still raging in my heart. You walk like nothing happened, like loving me was light. I walk like I survived something I don't know how to explain. I stayed when it was hurting, 'cause leaving scared me more. I thought loving you harder would fix what you ignored. I made myself smaller so you wouldn't feel confined. I called it compromise, but it was self-erasure over time. If loving you meant losing me, then why didn't I walk away? Why did I keep choosing us when you chose escape? You weren't cruel with actions, you were careful with distance. You let love starve slowly and called it circumstanced. You never said I don't love you, you didn't have to say a thing. The way you stopped showing up said everything. I loved you when you were uncertain, when you didn't know what you wanted. I loved you with the certainty you never honestly promised. I would have chosen you daily through every high and low, but you chose the version of life where you didn't have to grow. I don't hate you for leaving, I hate that I begged you to stay. I hate that I learned self-respect the hardest possible way. I don't regret loving you, I regret forgetting myself. I regret making your comfort more important than my own mental health. One day your name won't shake my chest, one day this ache will lose its sound, but tonight I sit with the truth that love don't. The room still smells like yesterday. Your shadow hasn't learned to leave. I talk to walls that never say the things you used to say to me. Your coffee cup is still half full, like you were coming back somehow. I touch the space you used to hold and feel the weight of empty now. Every clock is moving slow, like time forgot what we became. I swear I hear you breathing low, but it's just my heart saying your name. I try to pack you into boxes, try to clean you from my mind, but love doesn't follow logic, and grief don't care about time. I'm still here where you left me, still stuck in the last thing you said. I replay your goodbye softly, like it's the only voice in my head. I'm still here, barely breathing, in a life that forgot how to move. You walked away, still believing I'd be fine, but I'm still you. I wear your name inside my chest like a secret I can't erase. I smile when people ask if I'm okay, like I've mastered lying to their face. Your laugh still rings inside my ears at moments when I need it least. The louder that the silence gets, the more I feel your ghost in me. I scroll through words we never sent, apologies we never made. If love is what the heart meant, why does it feel like a mistake? I'd run how to sleep alone at night, but I never learned how not to care. I turn off all the lights inside, still hoping you'll be standing there. I'm still here in your absence, still drowning in the shape of you. I whisper your name in the darkness, like maybe it'll make it come true. Time I hear your song, you found someone to hold you. I just learned how to hold on. I'm still here. Don't disappear. They say one day it hurts less, like pain has a finish line, but every memory feels fresh, like heartbreak learned how to rewind. I see your face in strangers' eyes, I hear your voice in passing cars. I never knew goodbye could hide in all the places that you are. If loving you was my mistake, then why does it feel so right? I'd make it again, same heartbreak, just to have you one more night. Did I love you too deeply? Did I stay too long? Did you leave so easily while I held on wrong? I gave you every version of me, hearts I tried to save. You took my future view and left me here with yesterday. If I scream your name into the sky, will it echo back as home? Or am I talking to a love that never plans to come? I'm still here, don't you see me? Still bleeding in quiet ways. You forgot how much you need me. I forgot how to be okay. I'm still here while you're moving on to someone new and bright. I'll never your best life. I'm surviving every night. If you ever miss the way I loved, if your world feels a little too cold, just know I never left. I just learned how to hurt alone. I'm still here. I'm still here. I still remember the sound of your keys at the door, the way my heart always knew it was you before you stopped coming home. I wake up reaching for your name like nothing ever changed, but the other side of the bed is cold and white and strange. Your jacket's hanging by the wall like you'll be back tonight. I keep pretending this is just another long goodbye. The mirror shows a tired face I barely recognize. I learned how to smile perfectly while something in me dies. You promised me forever once, said we were written in stars, but stars don't fall this hard. I gave you my worst and my best, my fear, my hope, my flaws. You saw me break in front of you, and still you walked off. I miss the way you loved me, not just the way you left. I miss the sound of my name when it was safe inside your breath. I miss the nights we stayed up talking about nothing at all. Now silence answers everything since you stopped loving me at all. I replay moments like a crime, looking for what went wrong. Was it something I didn't say, or something I said too strong? I changed myself in quiet ways just to keep you near, but love shouldn't feel like disappearing out of fear. I watched you drift so far away while standing next to me. You were already gone inside before you set me free. They say love fades like photographs, but this one's burning bright. Even in the dark, I held your pain like it was mine. I carried you through storms. You dropped my heart without a sound and called it moving on. I miss the way you touched my soul like it was something rare. Now I'm learning how to breathe in a world where you're not there. Smile in strangers' eyes, you laugh in passing cars. I wonder if you think of me, or if you've healed these scars. Do you remember who I was before I broke inside? Before I learned how love can leave without a reason why. I talk about you like you're fine, like I don't feel the air. But every night I fall apart for old time's sake. If loving you was wrong, then why does missing you feel right? Did I give you too much? Did I Did you leave 'cause it was easy, or stay 'cause it was love? I memorized your heartbeat like a song I'd never lose. Now my chest feels empty, playing silence over you. If I could go back to that moment when you still held my hand, I'd love you softer or louder, anything to make you stay. I miss the way you loved me when love was all we had. Before us became a memory and we became the past. I miss the way just another chapter you closed without a fight. If you ever hear this song and feel that old familiar pain, just know I loved you honestly, I loved you completely. I loved you even when it hurt. But loving you was the hardest thing I ever learned to let go of. I miss the way you love me. There was a life before you, and there's a life after you. But somehow, I only remember one of them. I still wake up in your season, even though the year moved on. The calendar keeps turning pages, but my heart is stuck on one. Your name lives under my tongue, like a prayer I never say. I swallow words I owe myself just to get through every day. The house still breathes the way you did at night when lights go low. Every corner holds a memory, it doesn't wanna let me go. I fold my pain into small smiles so no one asks too much. They don't know how empty feels when you forget how love once touched. I was brave when I loved you, I was weak when you left. Now I'm strong for surviving, but broken at my best. There is no life after you, just days I learned to survive. I exist in the quiet, but I stop feeling alive. There is no love that compares to the way you ruined my heart. You were my beautiful ending and my permanent start. I remember the sound of your breathing when the world was falling apart. How you'd pull me a little bit closer, like you knew where it hurt in my heart. I gave you my unfinished pieces, parts I never showed before. You held them like they were precious, then dropped them on the floor. I changed the way that I love myself, trying to love you right. I dimmed my light so you could shine. Now I don't glow at night. They say love teaches lessons, but this one only left scars. I learned how deep devotion cuts when it's taken too far. You promised you'd never leave, then left like it was easy. I stayed faithful to memories that slowly started killing me. There is no life after you, just echoes where we stood. I replay the way you said my name back when love was good. There is no peace inside my chest since you decided to go. I loved you in a way I was never meant to outgrow. After you, after you. Do you remember who I was before I broke myself in two? Before my happiness depended on the mood you were into. I laughed louder when you were near, I dreamed bigger when you stayed. Now I whisper wishes to the dark and watch them slowly fade. I see couples holding hands and wonder what we lost. How something once so effortless now carries such a cost. If love is meant to set us free, why do I feel this trapped? Why does my heart still run to you when you never ran back? Was I too much or not enough? Did you confuse my patience for a lack of self-love? I forgave things I shouldn't, I stayed when I should have gone. I kept believing in someday while you were already done. If loving you was my mistake, then I'd still choose it again. Because pain feels honest when it comes from someone you loved back then. There is no life after you, just healing I don't understand. I learned how to live without your voice, but not without your hand. There is no heart left untouched by the way you walked away. You found a future without me. I found yesterday. One day I'll stop measuring time by the moment you left. One day my chest won't ache every time I remember your braids. But tonight I still love you quietly, in all the ways I shouldn't, in all the ways I never stopped. There was a life before you, and maybe one someday too. But right now, there is only after you.